Welcome back to the Larry Hembree pregame show. We're in our Where Are They Now segment, and tonight I'm talking with Loogootee High School graduate from 1955, Norman Gillick, in his home in Seymour, Indiana. Norman, how are you doing this evening?
I'm fine, sir.
Great. Norman, you graduated in 55. Who were some of the ball players you recall playing with back then?
Well, it was Bill Fisher and Sonny Nossett, Wilmer and Joe Whitman, my brother Dick, and I can't remember anymore, to be honest with you.
Been a long time, hasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has.
1955. What kind of team did you have that year, you recall?
Had a good team. We really did, yeah.
All right. Did you win most of your games, you think, that year?
We won over half of them.
How about the sectional? How'd that turn out?
We got beat in the afternoon game, I think, with St. John's.
St. John's, 1955.
Yeah.
I bet that's tough to take, getting beat by St. John's and, of course, two schools in Loogootee. I guess there was a big rivalry there.
Oh, yeah, but we was all friends. That's one thing about it.
Well, that's good. Now, who was your coach in 1955, Norman?
Lester Page.
Lester Page. And what do you remember about Lester as a coach?
Lester was a good coach.
Was he tough in practice, or was he easy on you guys?
No, he was tough. He was tough in practice and everything. He wanted you to do good.
Yeah. Did you play baseball for him too, or just basketball?
Yeah, played a lot of baseball for him.
And what position did you play on the baseball team?
I was in the left field.
Left field. That's great. Now I know that Lester and had an episode. I guess you had a pretty good game down at Washington Catholic one night, and would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we was tied up with about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 minutes, seconds to go, and I was dribbling it down the floor, and I took a jump shot from the free throw line out and made it, and won the game for us. But then the next night at practice, I was doing the same thing, and Les got all over me. He said, "Now you won't do that one out of 1,000 times, so quit trying it." So he got all over me for that.
You guys played, of course, you played your games in the old JFK gym, and
yes,
then Loogootee built, of course, the new gym, and I guess they had the first season in it, maybe 69, 70 in that era.
Yeah.
But what was it like playing in the old gym at Loogootee?
You know, it's hard to say, but it was just, like home, really. I wish they hadn't tore it down, but I think it's still there, though.
Oh, yeah, the old gym's still there, right. But, of course, it only seated 928 people. You recall that the gym was pretty full every game?
Yes, sir, it was. We had her full every night, every time we played.
Yeah, those were some pretty good times back then. I know that now that, of course, Loogootee has got a pretty good reputation through the state for some pretty good basketball teams, and now we're faced with class basketball.
Yeah.
What do you think about class basketball?
I don't like it.
And
I don't like it. I like it the way it used to be.
And why is that?
Well, the best is going to win, so get the best up there. That's who deserves to win.
Right. Now, Norman, you graduated in 1955. What happened to you? What did you do after 1955 when you graduated from high school?
Well, when I left high school, I went to work for the U.S. Gypsum over there. I worked about a year and a half, and then I went into the Marine Corps. And after I got out of the Marine Corps, I come home, went back to work for the Gypsum for a while, and then got out of that and started selling cars. I've been selling cars ever since.
Ever since. Now, when you're in the Marine Corps, where were you stationed at?
San Diego.
San Diego. Now, is what Marine base out there was that?
Camp Pendleton.
Camp Pendleton.
Mm-hmm.
And how long were you in the Marine Corps?
3 years.
3 years. Do you like it?
No.
That's a tough outfit, isn't it?
It was back in, buddy. It was tough.
Okay. Now, let's see. In 1955, had they implemented the 3-second rule at that time in the lane? Do you recall? Where you couldn't stay in the lane more than 3 seconds?
No, it was in effect then. Yeah.
It was in effect.
Yes.
It was in effect then, and of course they were jumping the ball with jump balls and shooting free throws. There's a lot of difference in the games between now and then, I think.
Right. Yeah, sure is. Yeah, there wasn't no 3-point shots or anything back in.
Would that have benefited you any?
Oh, I think so. Yes, sir.
You like to shoot from out. What position did you play, Norman?
I played guard.
Guard.
Mm-hmm.
And now, how many years did you start on the varsity?
Well, I played for Costello when I was a freshman.
As a varsity player?
Yeah, a sub.
A sub. And that was, 1952?
Yeah, I played with Jack Butcher.
Oh.
When I was a freshman, I played with you know, with Jack Butcher and all them big boys back in.
What kind of ball player you recall Jack Butcher being?
He was something else.
Was he?
Yes, sir.
Pretty tenacious, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Was he mean?
Oh, he could be.
Now you might have you may have remembered also Jack. Of course, he graduated I think in '51, maybe somewhere in there. Do you recall another ball player in that era, Gerald Bruner?
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah, Gerald's my uncle, and
is he?
Oh yeah. Now are you related to Vic Gillick, who passed away a few years ago?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Your brother, and of course I played in 1978, and of course Mark and I were about best friends with Ben, your nephew, and
yeah.
quite a shock for community to lose a young guy like Mark.
Oh Lord, I imagine.
Yeah, it was something else. And well, anyway, tonight we're going to be interviewing Coach Butcher as we always do, and I don't know, Norm, what did it take away? What did it mean to you to play basketball here at Loogootee?
Oh, everything in the world. Yeah, it was something else, really, because I lived basketball and baseball back in, It meant everything to me.
And I think a lot of ball players that played here, it was pretty important to them. As I talked to each player, they all think back about who they idolized growing up watching them play ball, and spent a lot of time on the ball court and trying to emulate some of those players. Was there a particular Loogootee ball player you used to keep an eye on when you were growing up?
Jack.
Jack was your guy, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're the first one that said that, but of course we haven't interviewed a whole lot of guys from that era. But Coach Butcher went on, had a great career. Went to Memphis State and played down there and played in the NIT. And of course he's now 729 victories and 220 losses later. 222 losses later, is the second all-time winningest coach in the state of Indiana. And right now we're in a controversy here. A lot of people think that Howard Sharp may have misled some folks about his record, and Jack's actually got it. It's amazing that a guy like Butch would stay here 41 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree with you.
Now, have you ever been back much to see any Loogootee games or be able to catch much of those?
No, sir, I haven't. I don't get down there very much in time, in time to see a game or anything.
Right. Well, this year the sectional is at North Davis, and instead of which is up at Odin, instead of over at Washington where it used to be. And of course, you've already told us you don't care for class basketball. But the interesting thing about this sectional, Norman, is that all the teams are the same except for the Washington Hatchets. They'll no longer be in our sectional, and they brought Vincennes Reveille in, and that seems maybe some of the old rivalries and the excitement about the sectional is gone away.
Yeah. I think you're right, sir.
Well, Norman, I've enjoyed talking to you this evening. I wish you the best of luck and appreciate you coming on the air with us.
Okay, if you see old Butcher, tell him I said hi.
I will mention it to him.
All right.
All right. See you.
Thank you.